The Bitcoin chart is currently in a very unique situation, and I believe that we're seeing the perfect storm here, the perfect market conditions for a boom here in the short term. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and why I believe a potential market boom is looming here in the shadows. Now, I don't only mean a boom for Bitcoin, but potentially the altcoin market here as well. And this boom doesn't necessarily have to be to the upside. It may in fact be to the downside, ladies and gentlemen. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and observations on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. Being said, let's begin right here on the 4-hour time frame. Bitcoin right now continues, in my opinion, to stay in a potential bear flag formation here. We can clearly see, ladies and gentlemen, a classic looking bear flag here on the 4-hour time frame, in my opinion. If we take our flagpole down here, let's draw this out, flagpole down into the consolidation range, followed by sideways chop within a very tight equilibrium. This is generally the makings here, per classical technical analysis theory, for a bear flag, ladies and gentlemen. Although there are several signs here inside the chart that are suggesting we could be bullish, which I'm going to get to in a moment, we are seeing, in my opinion, a potential bear flag formation here. And this also, when we zoom out, does line up with a zone of confluence here with the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement, old price action, historic support, and a gap here, right? If we look at this gap, don't overlook the gap. If we look at this gap here, there's not much in terms of consolidation, right? Resistance or support anywhere within this roughly 11% range here. So things could move pretty quickly if we are to drop down into that range, especially if we do in fact take out the prior lows here, right? These two wicks, these little Wiccanacci Don Dots, tell your wife, tell your fots, right here, ladies and gentlemen, at about 74.50. If these two wicks get taken out at the 74.50 level, ladies and gentlemen, grandma's cookies and a bottle of yo-ho-ho, it may in fact be an easy, fast, quick plunge down for roughly about 7% to that range of confluence that I've just pointed out here with our bear flag extrapolation, our 0.382 Fibonacci retracement, and our historic price action support. Let's get this crypto. That is my opinion here for the bearish outlook in the very short term, if this bear flag is to play out. Now, before we move along from the bear flag, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you are subscribed here, you would know by now, patterns are not confirmed until confirmations arise. Patterns are not confirmed until confirmations arise, right? Seeing this and saying, whoop, it's a bear flag, that is not valid, right? A bear flag confirmation is when you find a break of the prior lows, right? So for me here to confirm my bear flag hypothesis, I'm awaiting a break of this 74.50 level before I would be more confident with the probability of this extrapolation playing out and falling further to my target area here of about 6850 to 6800 flat, right? So you guys see that this pattern here by itself is nothing until confirmations come in, right? That is how patterns are played, right? And my opinion here is that if we break below 74.50, it may be a rather quick drop off to that 68.50 level. Let's get this crypto. Now, on the contrary, Let's also look over here before we finish up here with the bearish on Bitcoin. Let's go over to the total altcoin market cap. This is excluding Bitcoin. This is altcoins only, okay? The problem for me here, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm seeing is that Bitcoin, let's go back to Bitcoin for one moment, okay? I'm looking at the Fibonacci's here, okay? I want to show you the correlation that I'm seeing. So Bitcoin, as it stands right now, is finding support above this 0.236 fib, right? The red line here, right? And if we zoom back in, you guys can see that we are holding above this red line right now, on top of it, right? Notice the key word is we're trading on top of that line. Now, if we go back to the altcoin market cap chart here, what we can see is that we're actually trading underneath the line. Very interesting, right? Bitcoin is trading above the fib. The altcoins are trading below. And right now, with how this market is moving, it's a little bit tricky here, ladies and gentlemen, as the Bitcoin dominance is at a 55 right now, right? And we may see the correlation. What generally tends to happen, ladies and gentlemen, is that when the altcoins start to dump, the Bitcoin dominance rises higher, right? Because traders are liquidating their altcoins into Bitcoin, right? So for me right now, this is actually flashing a warning sign for me here that we cannot trade above the 0.2 fib, right? The 0.236 Fibonacci right here. The fact of the matter is that we are seeing resistance at this level, pending a further drop to the downside. And just like Bitcoin, we are also here in a tentative bear flag formation, in my opinion, with a measured move. If we take this, we'll clone it. We'll drop it down to right below the old resistance, or excuse me, the old support here, right? You guys see it, all these wicks here. Drop it down from there. And if we zoom out, this puts us right back in a healthy range, ladies and gentlemen, which coincides, one, maybe we find a bounce here at that 0.382 fib, which is right at the top of my tentative support box, or our measured move brings us somewhere right into the meat and potatoes between our 382 Fibonacci, our 0.5 Fibonacci, and just a range of classic price action support, right? So I am seeing here on the altcoin chart, ladies and gentlemen, that this is even looking a little bit more bearish to me than the Bitcoin chart, right? And maybe we are getting a warning sign here flashing from the resistance being formed by the fib level here, whereas on Bitcoin it's being formed as support, right? So for me right now, I am seeing a confluence here that I am looking to keep my eye on, as if this market is going to, drop, ladies and gentlemen, like a brick out of the sky, I need to be ready to trade it. I'm not looking to get caught like a deer in the headlights. I'm not looking to get wrecked, right? Don Carbonaccio is looking to crush this market and seize upon potentially life-changing trading opportunity if and when the volatility does arise. And I will be keeping you all updated with my trades in these crazy market conditions in VIP, ladies and gentlemen. If you want all of my trades in real time, all of my entries, my exits, my plans, my strategies, I'll be posting it all for you exclusively in VIP. I'm ready to crush this market. Are you? Let's get this crypto. Shout out to all my new VIPs joining right after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. All right, so now let's look at this from a bullish perspective. Let's go out to the daily here, and we'll flip on some moving averages. We'll see where we're lining up here in terms of the RSI, etc. Okay, so let's start with the RSI here. Okay, for me right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is not looking very promising still for the bulls, as we are just still on a heinous bearish divergence here, right? And even if we are to climb with some buy pressure here, we are probably still going to be on a lower high trajectory to continue the bearish divergence, even if we are, to go up here, right? So for me, I don't like that. We have two layers here of absolute resistance up in this box here, right? Beginning for me at 8,300 and ranging all the way up to the prior high, right? This whole area here. So right now, Bitcoin, although we are finding tentative support along that fib, one, we are inside my resistance box right now. Two, we still are on that bearish divergence on the RSI. Three, we still are trading below a huge range of resistance here And to be quite honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, the volume has not been what I want to see from the bulls, right? The only time that we're getting large volume here, right, on the past, multiple times we've had large volume, it's been all red. It's been sell-offs. That's not what I'm personally looking for from a bullish perspective. And right now, the signs for me are lining up that this may be a boom to the downside before a boom to the upside. Although it is very possible that we could take a rip here, I think we're going to find a lot of resistance in this region if we are to climb. That is my opinion. But the one thing here that is looming for me, that is leaning me towards a little bit of a bullish factor here, like a bullish thesis, right, is the fact that these markets have loved to just crush the momentum, right? So the thing is that almost every time here in this market that we've had a significant move, the opposite has tended to happen very shortly after, right? You guys see here, sharp sell-off, sharp buy, sharp sell-off, sharp buy, sharp sell-off, sharp buy, sharp sell-off, sharp buy, sharp sell-off, and now we're kind of waiting here for what's happening next. And although everything looks very bearish, except for the fib, the 4-hour 200 moving average here that we see we're finding support on, we may see a BART to the upside, right? That is like my one saving grace here, and it would be purely, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, bot driven, market maker driven, just more shenanigans here to potentially get us to top out at the area that I would expect to from a classical technical analysis perspective before another tentative BART that maybe does drive us down into my target regions here of these fib levels, the price action support, etc., more down in the low $7,000 to $6,800 region. Where we stand right now, I hope you see that we're ready to explode here, right? Many are either going to short in this region and get wrecked, right? Or many are going to go long in this region and get wrecked. Right now, my biggest concern is waiting for confirmations to arise. Like I said, for the bear flag, I have to wait for the confirmations of these two wicks to be taken out, right? On the contrary, if we're going to go bullish here, I'm going to need to await for this level here. Maybe at around 8,100, I would be looking for potential movements up into this vicinity for a small 3 to 5 to maybe a large overshot moon target for me of 9% to the upside, somewhere to retest for a heinous double top, right? But more so, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you guys to understand that as we're trading in this vicinity right now, right, where we are currently, this to me is a equilibrium that is waiting to absolutely explode. A major boom in either direction is going to come out of this area, in my opinion, because we are trading inside of an equilibrium. And when we trade inside of an equilibrium for an extended period of time, which we are right now, this builds pressure up, right? It's like a pressure cooker, ladies and gentlemen. And the thing is that when this gets all coiled up in here, the moves that come out are generally very vicious, quick, and swift, right? And as of right now, you speculating in either direction is fine. But for me, as a trader, I'm awaiting the confirmations here, right? Because I look for high probability plays, high reward, low risk plays upon confirmations that allow me to keep an edge over this market, right? And for me right now, once these confirmations come in, I'm going to be playing this aggressively in either direction that we look to run in, right? And also here, keep it on your radar, guys, that we don't necessarily have to, how do I phrase this? There may be more opportunities up in this vicinity here for shorting if we get confirmations as well that this trend is really getting exhausted here, right? There may be insane opportunity, right, to potentially short the macro high here, right, before an epic plunge. And if we're talking about that type of opportunity arising, ladies and gentlemen, you see this could be a 20% plus move to the downside very quickly from those levels if we are in fact to find a macro top here, right, and see the parabola come to an end. So for me right now, guys, it's really a waiting game for me, right? And I'm sitting here like a ninja in the shadows, ready to crush this market. And like I said, I'm watching this market 24/7 right now, awaiting my confirmations. What's going to happen here? Are we going to find a breakdown or a break up? Is the volume going to come in, right? What are we seeing here? I need more confirmations. And soon as these confirmations come in for me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be taking my trades, posting my strategies, everything, posting my trades for you in VIP. So shout out to my VIPs and shout out to all my new future VIPs joining right now after this video. Many traders that you know, ladies and gentlemen, and I use the word trader lightly, many degenerates that you know are probably going to get caught like a deer in the headlights here and lose a lot of capital. It's unfortunate, but that's how this game goes. There are those that get crushed and those that do the crushing. Don Carbonaccio prefers to be the one that does the crushing. And my friends, this range here is the type of range that if you do not have a solid concrete plan for what you're going to do in either direction here, right? This is when people get wrecked, right? And it's not just as simple as, oh, well, I think it's going to go up, so I'm going to buy. That's not really a plan, James. The plan is that if it goes up from here, where are you taking profits? Are you looking for potential shorts? Where is your stop loss going to be moved to, right? Those are the types of plans. If we break down, are you going to short under this region? Or are you going to look to buy a dip at a potential support range, right? Where are you then going to place your stop loss on the short? Or where are you going? You see what I'm saying? There's a lot to think about here. And the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, is that I truly want the best for each and every single one of you that are subscribed here and follow along with this stream every single day. And right now, this is the type of formation here, once again, this is the type of formation here, once again, that I know many are going to get crushed in. I just see it that this over and over again is the type of formation, right? Look at all these here. All of these types of consolidations lead to epic wrecked city moments, right? I don't know how else to put it, guys. You see it. I'm literally circling all the times this has happened here on my chart right now. And you see that these types of consolidations lead to heinous movements. This is why I'm saying I'm believing a major boom is coming, something like we've seen here. A potential, 10 to 20% movement in the short term. And I do not want you to get caught like a deer in the headlights. So listen, you need to plan accordingly and you need to get ready to crush this market. Personally, I'm going to keep you all updated with my plans, my strategies, my entries, my exits, my targets, my positions, and my trades exclusively for you in VIP. Do not be getting caught like a deer in the headlights here, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be taking that trip to Wrecked City with Average Joe and Jeans at the water cooler. It's time to get serious in this range, ladies and gentlemen. This is where kings are made. This is where queens are made. And on the contrary, ladies and gentlemen, this is also where kings can become peasants and queens can become cobblers. So listen, guys, the fact of the matter is here, I hope that you see my scenarios here. I'm awaiting confirmations. I've really set up my charts right now pretty nicely in the fact that I see exactly what's going on here, and I have my plan set up accordingly for whatever happens. As we are inside this range right now, it's a waiting game. I'm sitting here like a ninja in the shadows, ready for this trend to show me, to show Don Carbonaccio what is the correct play to do, in my opinion. And like I said, guys, I will be posting all of that for you in VIP as I formulate my strategies, post my plans, take my trades, take my profits, etc. All of that will be posted for you exclusively in VIP. I will see you all in VIP right now, and especially my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Guys, if you could, one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Guys, I wish you all the best here, because the fact of the matter is I believe a large boom in either direction is coming just purely off the fact that every time we've been in a consolidation like this in the recent past, it's led to an immaculate move. So it's time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get serious. It's time to have a plan. It's time to get this crypto. I'll keep you all updated in VIP with my plans, strategies, my trades, etc. I'll see all my future new VIPs in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Don't get caught like a deer in the headlights. It's time to get this crypto. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.